Today at noon, we are supposed to get a redacted version of the affidavit used to greenlight the raid on Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. House Judiciary Committee member Greg Steube says Republicans are ready to step in if Americans don't get the answers they need.
We'll see at noon today what all this information is, but I think it's just going to be a small piece of what the DOJ is actually investigating. We're not going to get real answers to a lot of this until the Republicans take the majority back. We have the ability of oversight. We have the ability to bring in the DOJ and ask them these tough questions.
Fox News contributor Lara Trump joins us now. Laura, can the American people trust the FBI when it comes to anything to do with the former president?
Well, gosh, Ashley, I would love to say yes, and I think we need to say yes. I think that is, the bedrock of our country is to trust our institutions. Unfortunately, they've given cause to a lot of Americans not to trust them. When you have the poll yesterday coming out that 48% of independents find that they are politicized, they think they're corrupt, and do not feel they can trust the FBI. That is a very problematic thing, I think, for the future of our country. Look, if there is nothing the DOJ has to hide here, then let's release the unredacted affidavit. You could black out people's names and give the American people the rationale and the justification for such an unprecedented raid on Mar-a-Lago. Unfortunately, I do not think that we are going to get that information, but I would suggest, as an American citizen, as someone who constantly hears from people out there, their concerns, we need to be able to trust these institutions, and transparency at this point is the only way that you are going to get that.
Lara, switching gears, I often say things that tick off people, usually my wife, oftentimes our executive producer. But President Biden just trashed 70 million Trump supporters again. Listen.
Republicans have made their choice to go backwards, full of anger, violence, hate, and division. I respect conservative Republicans. I don't respect these MAGA Republicans. They're a threat to our very democracy.
But Biden really didn't feel like he nailed it, so he went a step further, saying this, quote, "What we're seeing now is the beginning or the death knell of an extreme MAGA philosophy. It's not just Trump, it's the entire philosophy. Wait for it, it's like semi-fascism." Those two put together, boy, that seems very familiar, a little like Hillary's deplorables comment, doesn't it, Lara?
Yeah, well, it's absolutely disgusting. And yes, it does ring very much like what Hillary Clinton had to say about half of Americans. Look, MAGA Republicans, people who supported my father-in-law, these are people who love America. They are pro-family. They are pro-small government. These are small business owners. These are the foundations of our country. And it's absolutely disgusting and despicable, I think, to hear Joe Biden get out on stage and trash half of America. Shame on him. I mean, these kind of comments do absolutely nothing to bring America together. I thought Joe Biden was supposed to be the great uniter. Obviously, we have seen that the opposite was really true. But you know what? I think that this just further shows why we have to take these midterms seriously, and why, as we head to 2024, we need to make sure that we have a candidate and a person who is going to put America first and going to bring us back to those pro-American policies, because guess what? They were working, and what we're doing right now, Joe Biden, has absolutely destroyed America. So maybe he should take a look in the mirror while he's making those comments.
And he acts like saying a MAGA Republican is a bad thing. A lot of people would beg to differ.
70 million.
Right. So now a Democratic candidate in New York, backed by Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, shared this message during her primary victory speech. Listen to this.
We really proved that socialism wins. We are not going anywhere, and we will not stop until we see a socialist flag across this city.
Laura, how concerning is this, especially for the Democratic Party? Have they just completely turned and warped into a socialistic party?
They're not even trying to hide it anymore. It used to be sort of, we would say, well, these people are socialists. They might not be coming out and saying it, but that is the end goal. They're saying it now. They are proud of it. Look at this video. This is amazing to see that they are actually out front and saying, we want socialism. Socialism has failed everywhere it has ever been tried around the world, and America would be no different. We cannot implement socialistic policies, but that is exactly what we have seen them already trying to do. They're trying to make us pay for everyone else's student loans at this point. It snowballs from there. We know that that's the end goal, and yes, this is the future of the Democrat Party if you allow them to have their way. That's why we also have to get out and vote in November, like our country depends on it.
It's all fun and games till you run out of other people's money. We never run out of Lara Trump, although we have run out of time here on a Friday. Thank you, Lara.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.